All right. So, sheathed in negative energy, four wayward souls found their way down the river Styx and to the domain of death itself. There, through wit and banter and luck, a game of cards was played. All for a power not fully understood. And as that power coursed through Zale's body, his allies watched as a flaming scythe burst into his hands. The smoke billowed out from the giant demonic feline who stared at you throughout this whole ordeal. Swirled until, in a brief flash, you watched as that scythe cut through the smoke. And that was the last thing you saw. The first of you to awaken is Zale. Your body is sore. Your head is foggy and feel tired. But aching most of all, and as your eyes blink open, you see that you're laying on your back, staring up at a bright light. You blink. A sting of red-hot pain courses through your mind. And as you turn to the side, you retch, throwing up off the side of the table onto slick stone floors. You look up, and you see on a metal table right next to you, Frederick, as still as a corpse. A orange light hovering over him. Beyond him, another orange light, and another. You look around the room, it's dark, and you sway as you try to gain your bearings. You see the flickering of the lights on some sort of panel on the far wall. You can see trays of what looks to be medical equipment. You don't recognize the room or the place. In fact, everything about this feels strangely alien. But from what you can tell, you're in a medical ward of some kind. There's only a single door and a large glass window along one of the long walls. Other than the tables of medical equipment and the strange flickering lights of what looks to be perhaps some arcane technology or perhaps advanced technology, it strangely reminds you of some of the things you had seen in 1983, but not quite. It's doesn't look as advanced, really, but the medical equipment here does look like it's powered by electricity, and as your arcanist mind tries to put together what sort of medical facility this might be, you watch as your allies, Frederick, Nina, leave on the tables next to you, all startle up, reeling with pain, and retch onto the tiles next to them. You're all awake. You don't know where you are.
What the hell?
Well, that was interesting.
That was an experience.
Yeah, I think I'm in for another one. Look around us right now. We're not at the temple.
Would I mean, is it pitch black everywhere? Is there any way?
There's a couple of lights. There's 4 lights hanging over, one of them over each of your, it looks to be almost like the metal beds you would see in a morgue or God, what's the term? Sorry, I'm blanking on it. The coroner. There we go. A coroner's office. It's slab and metallic and clean, and there's medical equipment around you, but these big lights over your beds, that the brightness of it was the first thing you noticed, and it sent a reeling migraine through you that caused you to retch and hurl. But the room isn't well lit other than those lights. A few blinking lights can be seen from what look to be computer consoles along one of the walls.
Can I go to that computer console?
Yeah?
Start.
Go ahead and give me a intelligence check.
That's guidance. 23.
Okay.
27.
You familiar with having used a computer before, you start to look around for a passcode to be able to get into it, realizing that you're not going to be able to access it without it. So you're going to need to give me a investigation check in order to find it, or a clue as to what the password might be.
What was it? 17.
Find what looks to be a purple-colored square piece of paper underneath, inside one of the desks, and it's got a string of numbers on it, and you type them in and press enter, and you find yourself having access to what looks to be immediately the logo of the Stars and Sea Society. And as soon as it pops up, you see a flash of red go on, and the screen stops, and suddenly you hear a voice come through it and say, "Who is accessing this terminal?"
This is Al.
You've got to be. Whatever you do, do not leave that room. And you watch as the lights suddenly, in the corners of the room that had been off, suddenly start flashing red, and you see metallic, like heavy doors suddenly close over the regular doors that had been there just moments before, and you are locked inside of the room. Someone is going to be there immediately. I can't believe it's actually you. Oh, Rue is going to be so relieved.
What's happened? I don't.
There's no easy way to say this, but the year is 1965, and a lot has changed. I can't tell you everything over this communication. Somebody will be there, but you'll have to sit tight. It'll be many hours before someone can arrive.
1965.
Do we all hear this?
You do.
Leaf would be like, what?
25 years have passed.
No. No, no, no. Like, a day. It's been like a day. We went and hung out with Death, and we came back.
It has been much longer than that, and a lot has changed. We
Where's
will be
everybody
there.
else?
Just wait.
Leaf would
And
have.
terminal shuts off.
Leaf would be
Uh,
looking at Zale.
You watch as the entire terminal suddenly catches on fire and smokes up, and then it burns down to like melted plastic from the heat of it. You end up backing up several steps to get away from like the scalding heat of it as it happens.
Nina pinches herself really, really hard to see if she's dreaming.
Yeah, Leaf is looking
You are
at
not. It hurts.
very.
Nina's
Zell-
quite strong.
Zel's examining his body. Does he seem like his body has aged at all, or anybody else's?
Looking at each other? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You look malnourished. In fact, you all have 3 points of exhaustion. Your bodies are frail, tired, and you look malnourished. You are very pale, every last one of you.
Oh my fucking god.
1965, that is 25 years.
Yeah. We've been.
Anything could have happened. The war. What about the war?
Oh, shit.
Is this possible? I don't understand.
I don't have any of my weapons or my arcane foci. And he starts like pacing back and forth nervously. And you guys are left like this for the next 6 hours.
Shit.
Yeah, Zell is pacing around.
I'm going to leave you guys to RP and talk about this. And those of you that are not there right now, if you could join me in whispers, everybody else.
Alright.
I'll leave you guys to RP about waking up 25 years in the future. So guys, hey.
Yes, hello.
So, of the options that I had to roll on, one of them was that Papa No Eyes would hold on to those in the bag until their point of maximum value, which is when the world most needs their heroes. So, it is the year 1965. And Papa No Eyes has not returned to you guys yet. In fact, he has no intention to return to you guys for many years to come. They've just woken up because they've finally, in death, realized that Papa No Eyes was not going to release them. And they've spent Rue left alone in this time with the Stars and Seas Society. They have kept it secret that you guys have been missing for the past 25 years. And in the meantime, have kept those four underneath protection, hoping that they would wake up while they tried to seek out Papa No Eyes or a way to get him to make a deal. Realizing that he wouldn't after some time, they sought another plan. Having the Rotor returning, they recognized that there was an option for them to be able to put together a time machine. It was Pridwin's idea to send you guys back to the moment that Papa No Eyes stole that bag of holding and keep doing it. So we're essentially in some Avengers Endgame shit, where them waking up are going to be met by Rue and new members who have joined the Stars and Sea Society in the past 25 years. A lot has changed. Too much for me to really get at in this session and for you guys to be able to play in this same session. The idea is that in the interim, you'll have to draw up new characters because essentially they're dead for all intents and purposes. Papa No Eyes might as well have taken them off the playing board. And the group has managed to get 4 out of the 5 pieces of the time machine. And they are one step away from being able to go back to 1940 and stop this from happening. Them waking up are going to be able to help stop that from happening and return back to that moment. And then things will pick back up from 1940 as if it had never happened. But in the meantime, we've got ourselves a 60s arc where half the group is essentially dead and the other half have woken up without context and need to go back in time and rescue them. So what we're left with is you guys having to, draw up a random character to play in this period of time. Consider them a red shirt, right? And
My right hand red shirts.
this will take essentially, or you could bring back Kak if you want to, Ace, since, he might have wandered back and realized that they were missing, right? This might be a decent time to bring in, like a high level Kak, right? And yeah. On the bright note, you guys are going to be a higher level than their characters since you're playing throwaways for the moment. So your characters are level 14. And Rue has actually achieved sainthood in this period of time. So Rue is level 15.
No, I
Yes.
don't. I don't deserve any of it. I'm a piece of shit. I lost them. I'm a terrible person. Yeah, well, you're not Hanu to tell me that, so fuck you.
I'm gonna tell you anyway.
I
From
feel so
beyond the veil.
Rue
or
looks like
something? I
shit.
don't know.
Guild's gotten to her. She is now like Rogue Rue.
Yep. And Yellum and Omido won the war. Because as of things until you affect Wildevere, Yellum and Omido win the war. Okay. So if you had done, as you were talking before, if you had gone to do the Wildevere Archdruid stuff before going to the negative plane and this stuff happening, then it's funny because you might have had a different timeline that you were in flavor-wise. So either way, going back in time would have been the solution to the issue. But yes, I have some, designing stuff to do. You guys have some characters to do, and they have some, RP to wrap their heads around the ramifications of everything that's happened. And Brooklyn, you get to, be the inciting, incident inside of this RP that they've got to deal with, because I'm sure you're gonna rock it and make them feel all super fucking bad about this future. So,
Oh.
kill it.
When you would expect smile lines, there's just strong worry lines, and she doesn't talk much anymore. And
Oh yeah, the one that was talking to them, which wasn't recognizable because she wasn't in character anymore, was the Avalian alchemist. Yes, yeah. Yep. She's yeah, she's dropped the character because it's been 25 years of some bullshit.
yeah, working close with the Avalian alchemist, I'm sure.
Yep. So yeah, figure out what spells you would have for a 15th level you. I'm going to assume some teleportation thing was involved in
Yeah,
that,
absolutely. I
which
was
is why
already
you're able to
thinking
get
about
there
it.
so quickly to answer
Yeah.
their call. Okay. All right, let's jump
We're on
back
the
in there.
same fucking page.
So we'll see.
Trauma bonded at this point.
Mm.
You watch as the red light suddenly turn green. The sound of an alarm goes off that you've been hearing in the halls outside stops. And you watch as the door opens and reveals in front of you someone that's both familiar and yet changed, much like yourself. But the pink skin and the horns makes her immediately identifiable.
Real?
Rue,
They said you were awake. And
What?
she got to run up and hug Zale. I'm sorry. I know you're
No.
probably.
It's okay. It's glad to see you. You look.
Hi. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
What?
sorry.
It's okay.
I don't-
What's wrong? Hey,
can you?
rat, holds you.
What
Come.
happened?
Hey, Grab. You guys never woke up. You guys didn't come back. You said you were gonna come back! And she hits her fist against you a little too hard for how fragile you are right now. You said you were gonna wake up! Really long time. And Rue's hair is fucking short and shaved. It's like military buzz cut. She's got where you would expect, you've imagined your older days with Rue, and you would expect deep smile lines. There's just deep worry lines and crow's feet, and there's scars on her face, and her clothes are a dull gray, just militant outfit.
Still, at this point, eyes are watering, and he's reaching up his hands to kind of just cut your face. Is like, what happened? You're so different.
You didn't wake up, and there was terrible monsters, and I left, and I thought we grabbed the bag. I thought I had everybody, and I didn't, and I tried to go back, and he was gone. And he took you, and Arthur, I can't find Libby, and
What? Slow down. What do you mean? Where is everybody?
Papa No Eyes, he took everybody. We had to get out of there. We couldn't hold back. And you guys were these weird, evil, necrotic things, and everyone was in a bag of holding, and I was supposed to grab the bag, and I was gonna take you to the temple, and I fucking forgot, and you guys have been asleep, so we took you here. We brought your bodies back, and we just had to keep your bodies alive in case you ever woke up. It's been 25 years. We've been searching for Papa Noah Eyes. I was prepared to give him whatever he wanted, and we can't find him. We can't.
Leaf would walk up to you and put her hands on each of your shoulders and just like look at you very seriously and be like, "It is okay.
I'm so
It's not your
sorry.
fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
It is.
No, it's not. Promise. It's really not. And we'll figure it out. 25 fucking years. We're gonna figure it out."
I'm so glad you guys are awake.
Shit. You can just see like Zell is wobbling like he's about to collapse.
She'll kind
Yeah.
of pick you up and lift you up. She's like a lot like buffer and tougher and like just kind of mean looking for a mean looking Rue. And she'll
Leave
kind of
with-
prop you up on your table that you were on.
Letha's gonna be like, Rue, do you have any soup?
You want soup? You can have whatever you want.
Okay,
A little tired.
She's gonna open up her cloche, and just try to bring them some fucking food.
what's happened to the world? Oh, we've been asleep.
Um, uh, fuck. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just, Omado won the war,
What?
and I've been working to put together something so I can fix it. I can fix everything. I've been working with Pridwin, and I can do it. We can fix it. We just have to find the last part, and then we can go back, and I can grab it, or we can do better.
Where is everyone else?
They belong to Papa No Eyes. I haven't made any contact with anyone.
What do you mean belong?
He just disappeared that day. I mean, if you think about him, he's a deal maker. It would have to be a really good deal to get them all back.
He took all of them? Like he took the bag?
Yeah. We all had to jump into the bag, and then I was supposed to dimension shift into the temple with the bag, and then I could let them out. But you guys were dead, but also you guys were monsters and too powerful, and the longer we were holding back and trying to just escape, we were all dying. I only survived because just necrotic doesn't hit me the same way, but I was shifted, and then I had Gwen, and then Arthur was there, but they didn't seem interested in him, and I got me and Gwen out of there, but I was supposed to grab them, so Hanu, Ember, Fee, all of them, they're just trapped, and I don't know if they're alive in there. I don't know if they can breathe. I don't know if they're still around, but I'm sure that he kept them for something. That's too big of a prize. But finding him is just no use. I've been doing that for 25 years. We just have to go back. We have to time travel, Zale. Zale, we have to time travel again.
What about Mama Know-How? Where is she?
I went back. I went back to get her. It was only like hours later, and it was just gone. Her hut, everything. It was like it was never there.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
It's mine.
No.
It's my responsibility to get them.
We shouldn't have been in the first place. This is me. I should have known. I should have planned better. It's
It
all
doesn't
my
matter whose fault it is at
Okay,
this
so
point.
we have to play the blame game instead of finding the thing to fix the problem.
No,
We're
I've
going to
been
fix the
finding the
problem.
thing. I have almost all of the parts. There's just one more. And maybe now that you guys are here, I mean, I know you're so tired and you're weak, but you know, we'll get you back up to shape and maybe we can go. I have a small team. And
Look, we just need some soup,
Well,
and then we're on it.
thankfully, most of my strength has always been in my mind, and it is as sharp as it ever was. So, I believe that if you have a plan, then us waking up is because we are meant to help you finish it. So that is what we will do. Yes?
yes, please, it's almost done.
Tell us about this plan. You have a way of going back. Is to say, you said parts, so a machine.
Yeah, a time machine. We actually have always had a part of it from the samurai. That piece of returning.
Yeah,
Pridwin recognized it. It goes to a bigger machine. It can take us back.
Who is we? Where's Arthur?
Arthur disappeared with
Gone
Papa
too?
No Eyes.
Okay. But who's building this machine with you?
Pridwin.
Ridwin.
And the Alvalian alchemist.
Yes. And her.
so many things.
Well, I mean, the alchemist had the drill thing, so she's kind of cool, but I don't know. Zale told us about Pridwin, and I don't like him. I don't think. I don't know,
caught them
though.
up with everything.
Look, I know it's not the best company, but it's the only one. The best idea I've had in all these years, and it's almost done.
Okay, so we have to go back, right?
Yeah, we can go back.
This is the last part.
Don't know where it is.
Do you know what it is?
You know that Cal was currently in the middle of a reconnaissance mission, gathering information for your assault to take the final piece. The final
I
piece.
relay that.
And as well, you relay to them that the final piece is currently held by the Sleeping King. And the Sleeping King has brought on Saint Ava as his personal guard.
Saint Ava being Gwen.
Gwen.
Why is
Gwen parted ways after this, feeling an equal amount of guilt over the fact that she didn't grab the bag when it went, and started becoming really focused on trying to do what it was you guys had been trying to do. So she went straight to the Sleeping King and has been working with him ever since. Whenever Brave Albion, whenever Omido and Yellum won the war and conquered the sovereign states in Avil and the Coterie Coast, the only thing they haven't conquered is Xiaola, specifically northern Xiaola.
so? We have to assault the palace of the Sleeping King for this.
Yeah.
Shit.
Out of character.
Potentially fight Gwen, and potentially face off against Gwen.
Yeah.
I tried telling Gwen to work with me and just give me time. And
She thinks that time is sacred.
wouldn't.
She grieves over the loss as well, but she thinks that time is sacred.
Yeah.
Zarman was slain in battle in that same fight on the airship against that.
I will wait to tell them
Walker.
until one of them
Yeah,
asks. Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Um,
I'm just relaying this information
Right,
to
thank you.
Brooklyn right now, not to
Yeah.
you guys, to
Yeah.
be specific on that.
tells
Again, the repercussions of this whole scenario are something that we're all going to need to take the next week to do a good think about. Carry on, sorry.
tell kind of just like just creatures are us. What happened to them?
They fled off into different parts of the world and they're still alive out there. Still,
I tried to get some people to find them, but they're hard to find.
And I mean, okay, was Zarman back? And where was Zarman?
She kind of just stays quiet.
Where's Zarman?
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is
I didn't have any way to... The one that used your voice, it jumped onto the airship. He saved everybody else. But you know him. He was always the one to be the first one.
did I kill him?
It wasn't you.
Put out of my
That
voice.
thing isn't you, though. You're you. You're here. You. What have you guys gone through? You were dead.
It was minutes. It was minutes for us.
No, you.
It didn't feel like any time. It
I
felt like
thought
we were.
he had you. I thought he was doing terrible things to you.
No.
Can Zell try to summon Scythe? Does he feel any kind of connection to it? Chances muted.
It's up to your hand. The teeth and eyes slashing across reality itself in the shape of a scythe.
No, I got this.
What is that?
Death's life. I was there. Those were moments for us. Only moments, like, I'm not even 10 minutes. Like, me and Scythe, Jeff said I had to play a game, so I played a game and I won. But when I touched the Scythe, burning. But that was it.
Cup your face in her hand.
This is what he meant. This is what he means. That's always get the win.
I know you guys are gonna feel terrible, and I know especially you. I need your strength now. I need my brother. And I need my friends. So we can get the rest of them.
Leaf would like stand up straighter if she could. She's weak, but she would have like stiffened up a little, like she's there for it.
Step
Anita
1 is
cracks
getting
her
you
knuckles.
guys better. Rest, eat, train, whatever you need to do. But you don't have a lot of time because I'm not resting. I have information coming in. And as soon as I know how it went, we're going.
3 days. Just enough time for you guys to get rid of your exhaustion. And then you gotta go.
So, crying a bit, sits up off the table, even in kind of a weakened state. You see him clench his teeth, and he fucking punches himself hard. Enough to do damage.
Leaf would absolutely like.
No,
She wouldn't.
he's
She wouldn't have been able to stop you before you did it, but she would go to you immediately and try to like hold you back from doing it again.
Oh, he's not doing it again. You see him. He stops crying, blood trickling down.
She's gonna put her finger under your chin and cast Cure Wounds. You can beat yourself up all you want. And I'm telling you, it doesn't make it better.
No, that was just a wake-up call. And you see he stopped
Good.
crying, and his eyes now are more focused and everything. So,
I just realized that sleeping is a form of time travel. That makes sense. They call it the dream cycle, after all.
Exactly.
should know how to break the mood. Frederick. Glad he's still here with us, though. I'm probably going to have to knock our heads together with Prudwin. And with Rue, whatever plan we have to finish this time machine.
I mean, the Orvelian alchemist and the boy wizard himself have worked on a plan for 25 years. I doubt there is anything that your or my intellect could provide. No. What they need is our might, yes. And I am happy to provide it.
And we have to fight Ava for it. Fine then. If it's to get back the chain system over half with you. No one in the fight her.
And I know it's super early, guys, but that's where I'm actually going to say we're going to call it for tonight. So that people can work on characters and you guys can, you know, talk as a group about what you think is going to happen next. But I think
Totally
I
unexpected.
think that's about, yeah.
Totally unexpected. What you just fall by.